So we're going to work out the pKa's and pKb's for weak acids and weak bases. And so what we have here is this equation here. This one here is the acid. And so at half and half, you've got here, when it's fully reacted, all of this is gone. And so you've got 100% of this over here. And so if you take that equivalence point and halve it, so there's 50-50, you'll then have equal amounts of all of these things here. And so at the half equivalence point, you've got half HA, half AA. So if you do the Ka equation, products over reactants here, you'll be able to substitute these in so that, say, substitute HA as A minus in here, and you'll be able to cancel these out. And so what you'll have at the half equivalence point is the hydrogen ion concentration is equal to the Ka. And if that is the case, you can take the pHs of that. So the pKa is equal to the pH. So that means if you go over and take the pH at that point there, that will be the pKa. All right. Now that doesn't matter, as you'll see in the next slide. It doesn't matter if it is a acid or a base. So if you go up to here, the half equivalence point, let's just make it exactly the same. For this particular one, the pKa of a weak base is also the half equivalence point. Okay, so hopefully that one makes sense. The pKb is a little bit more complicated. So as I said before, it's the same thing, although it's a little bit harder to prove. Now the ATAR will not ask you to prove this, and there's two ways of doing it here. You can't take a pKb reading straight away because that is the hydrogen ion concentration, not the OH concentration. So what I have here is two equations. This one here is the Arrhenius base one. This one here is a Bronsted-Lowry one for a base. None of these give you H plus as the products, but I can swap this one around. And so that if I do a Ka, so if I swap this around, so instead of this going to this, we've got this going to this, which is quite arbitrary. We can then do a Ka because we can get H by itself. And so the same thing at the equivalence point, there is none of this left over. There's none of this base left over. And so you'll have all of this, and halfway along the line, you've got equal amounts of all of these things. So you can sub that in here, and these will cross out. And so you'll have the Ka again equal. That's proving the equation again. So taking the pH, the negative logs of these things, and you'll get pK equals pH. Now I've told my students you need to memorize two things that aren't in the data booklet. I've said that in previous videos. This is one of them. And so to get to the answer, the other one, by the way, is hydrogen ion concentration. I don't know why they don't have this in the data booklet, but better make sure you know that. So if you take the 10 to the power of the negative pH, that's the hydrogen ion concentration. And so you substitute this into here, and you'll get the pKb is 14 minus the pKa. So just a summary then, no matter if it's a weak acid or a weak base being titrated, the half equivalence point is the pKa. All right, so you could be finding the pKa at the acid or the pKa at the base. If you want to find the pKb, you have to minus 14 from the pKa. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's an acid or a base. You could be asked the pKa of the acid, or the pKb of the acid, or the pKa of the base, or the pKb of the base. All right, if you like that, please like and subscribe. All right, thank you.